hell do you think you are?
I'm the professor.
I was not expecting to see you here. Thought you were, retired.
People keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
Hey everybody, and welcome to a Friday Night Magic with your host, Professor Fen. So last week was the Avatar The Last Airbender pre-release. I'm actually pretty happy about this pile that I got here. Normally pre-release, I end up feeling like everybody else's sealed pool was better than mine. This is like the first sealed deck that I ever had that feels like I actually knew what I was doing and had the actual cards to build the deck that I wanted to build. It's tons of removal, lots of good aggro creatures, and there was a few deck building mistakes I think I made that I could have done stuff better with. I'll talk about that when I go through the entire deck, but I'm really happy. There was 47 players at the pre-release for the set, the Friday pre-release at Media Men. There was a box for first place. I came in 11th. Definitely would have, if I would have won my last match, that would have put me into the top 8, got me some more better prizes. You've been watching our crackbacks, you saw that I did get 3 packs for 11th place. That's a not too shabby return on investment. I got my entry fee back, but I did have to buy the Commander's Bundle in order to get us packs throughout the rest of the week. But we got packs for the rest of this week, we got a packs for us next week, because I want to go through all of those packs. That's when I'm going to be posting my Avatar Commander deck. So I'll be going through and doing a deck breakdown like this with that next week. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all those things that let YouTube know we're doing a good job. And if you want to pick up your own Avatar The Last Airbender, you can click on the QR code up here. Okay, I'll leave it right up here for a minute. That is the affiliate link that we have with Noble Knight Games. You can get your Avatar The Last Airbender packs, boxes, and singles from them. It gives a little kickback to us so we can get more stuff. Maybe, a lot of you start using that. We'll stop opening play booster packs and we'll start opening collector's booster packs, because everybody who makes a purchase through this is putting money back into the show, into the crack-a-packs, to help us have better stuff for you guys all to see every day. All right, let's take that away and let's go into the deck. All right, so we got my deck here. Starting off with lands, I got Agna-Quella, the rare land that, with the activated ability, comes into play tapped unless I control a basic land. Add a blue, pay 2 and a blue to draw a card, then discard a card. Really good card filtering. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 islands. And I got the Realm of Koth. This is really cool to create some unblockable spirit tokens, be able to get in through some stalled board state. Definitely helped me out in like round 4. Yeah, round 4. It's round 3 or 4. I was able to get through a stalled board state and be able to pink in some damage. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 swamps in the deck. So as you can tell, this is a blue-black deck. Azulza always lies. Instant lesson. Choose one or both. Target creature gets -1/-1 until the turn, or put +1/+1 counter. Good combat trick. Also works as a removal for early game creatures. Then I got ATLA Indoctrination. Choose one. I can either make an opponent reveal their hand, choose a non-land permanent card from it, that player discards that card, or I can Earthbend 2. This is really good to be like, okay, I'm going to look at your hand and be able to discard a creature on turn 2. Just being able to stall out somebody's curve. I really like being able to do that in Limited. Deadly Precision. I got 2 copies of Deadly Precision. As an additional cost, you can pay 4 or sacrifice an artifact creature, because there's a lot of clue tokens creation in the set. I was able to sacrifice some clues, or just wait until the late game and have 5 mana to just destroy something. So that's my removal piece number 2 and 3. Those Eyes Cruelty. Basically a Mind Rot that deals 2 damage. Always kind of cool. Be able to Mind Rot just itself, making them discard 2 cards is kind of not that good, but getting the 2 damage on top of it is also, I feel it's really good to have like one of these in that so you can disrupt somebody and force them into some hard plays early in the game. They're going to probably get rid of some of their late game, be forced to either go discard their late game stuff or discard their early game stuff against somebody who's drawing a lot of cards. It really doesn't do a lot. Sold Out, we got 3 copies of Sold Out. So as removal spells 4, 5, and 6. You exile the target creature. If it was dealt damage this turn, create a clue token. So I can, if it is something that like I chump block and deal the damage, or because it is instant speed, I can still kind of like get rid of it, and then I can give myself a clue. Or if I can just pink something, then be able to attack in and use this and get the clue. I might not have run both of these. I might have actually run the 3-drop vehicle that bounces something instead of these, because I thought I got the clue token, misread the card, and but still, Zuko's Exile still is pretty good. His removal spells 7 and 8 in the deck. Hard removal spells 6 and 7, but overall removal spells 7 and 8. Just being able to pay 5 and straight up exile target artifact, creature, enchantment. And I give them the clue, but I get rid of one of their threats. Azula, Cunning, and Usurper. This is removal spell number 8, but it's a soft removal spell because they have to choose the creature that they have to exile is a non-token. So if they're going wide, I am going to actually get rid of a real threat instead of just like a 2/2 or a 1/1. Then also being able to cast that myself is really good. So yeah, it was really nice to be able to play that. Changed a lot of board states pretty good. Azul on the Hunt, just whenever it attacks, whenever she attacks, you lose a life and create a clue token. Just be able to turn on a bunch of my other sack outlets and give me that firebending, so I can actually have some removal spells in combat. Is really nice. Or just sacrificing the clue, just to be able to draw the extra card when I needed to. Beetle-headed Merchants. Whenever a creature attacks, you may sacrifice another creature or artifact. If you do, draw a card, put +1/+1 counter on it. So basically, you get to activate a clue for free and put a +1/+1 counter on this. Really decent. Curious Inspector, Menace. I kind of favor Menace creatures over anything else. Plus, it's a 1-drop, so I can play it on turn 1. When it dies, I lose a life, but I get to create a clue token. So it's just an early game threat. I can pink in for a bit of damage while especially if they've stalled out. If I'm going first, that means they'll be on turn 1. They don't have a 1-drop. I'm in for 1. They finally get a 2-drop on turn 2. I'm in for 2 points of damage. I've kind of pinked away, and then late game, I can just kind of like sacrifice this for something else. I'll lose a life, but I'll create a clue token. I'll trigger I'll be able to actually use one of my sacrifice cards. Canyon Crawler, Death Touch. When it enters, creates a food token, so it gives me something else to sacrifice. And the Swamp Cycling, I didn't use the Swamp Cycling as much as I probably should have, because I did want this to be one of my big beat sticks for the end game. Corrupted Court Official. Turn 2, be able to look at your opponent and go, okay, I'm going to play this 1/1. You're going to discard a card, and then turn 3, make them discard 2 cards. They're down 3 cards, and you're up quite a bit in the card race. Flexible Waterbender, I got 2 of these. So they got Vigilance. They waterbend for 3, so I can swap their power and toughness. So if they do get in, I can swap it around and have a 5 toughness beat stick. Or I can swap it around to be able to trade up with something. Not too shabby. Geyser Leaper, Waterbend 4, draw a card, then discard a card. So just another little filter thing. Does have flying, so it's got the evasion. And that 4/3 body is, like I said, it's a good beat stick. And Hog Monkey, at the beginning of combat, your turn, create target creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on gains menace. It's basically going to do it on itself. It's got that exhaust for 5 to put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. So I can pay 5 and turn this into a 5/4 beat Beat stick, not too bad. Low and Lee twin advisors. I was using this a lot to get my blue-black leader, just so I could be able to like bring that out and use it as the removal spell, get the life link. If I already got that in play, I usually use this just to go get me a lesson that was a removal spell. Just be able to straight up just pay 4, put down a 2/2, give something else lifelink, and get a removal spell. This is awesome. North Pole Patrol, another one that was awesome. You can tap it to untap another target permanent you control. So basically, you can tap it as a mana dork, untap one of your lands, or you can waterbend it 3. So you can pay 3 or tap up to 3 creatures, and tap target creature and opponent controls. So able to shut down their best attacker. Next turn, shut down their best blocker. Attack in. You see what I'm doing here? I'm doing some blue-black aggro. Vindictive Warden, another menace creature, has firebending 1. And if you got 3 floating mana that you're not going to be using on the firebending, you can just straight up just pay 3 and pink your opponent for 1. Really good. And Zahao, Ruthless Admiral, firebending 2, so it creates 2 red mana when you attack. Whenever you sacrifice another permanent creature's control, get +1/+0 until end of turn. So I am planning on doing a lot of sacrificing. I probably could have used a lot more token makers in the deck, but just to be able to get my sack outlets, my sacrifice fodder online. But still, overall, this deck played like a draft deck in sealed. One of the best pools I ever had. And the problem I had, I'm playing the 17 lands, but I was getting, I had one match where I mulliganed down to 4 and still won, just because on the power of how much removal I'm packing. If you don't hit the land drops every turn, you kind of do peter out with the deck, and then other people's late games get better than yours. Was kind of the problem I was having throughout the night, and not having the sack outlets in time. So I think going through, I would definitely draft this deck. If I was drafting, I would draft it again. I would probably like the flexible waterbenders and the Izuku's Exiles. If I could take those out and put any other 4 cards in, I had 2 of the bounce vehicle. I would put those in instead, and I probably would have looked for some more late game finisher type creatures instead of the Geyser Leaper, because it does not the Geyser Leaper, the flexible waterbenders, because that does make me have to tap out, and I'd rather have something that's just big on its own without paying for it. So that's all for this week. I'll see you next week. Don't forget, again, like, share, subscribe, all those things to let YouTube know we're doing a good job. And yeah, let's all go play some Magic. Peace.